I think that's definitely some bad juju. I don't know. I don't know if you can mix teams like that.
Probably not, but I guess that just shows how incredibly based Epiphany is.
Very true, very true.
Not caring about what anyone has to think and just going in, guns blazing.
Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
I always forget, Gman has had some, I think it was laptop issues recently, so having to use the webcam setup, very interesting. We don't have very many webcam players in this tournament, actually, or in any tournaments recently. People have just been picking up the cheap Amazon capture cards, I think.
Okay, that's handy. Makes things a little bit easier.
These things are nice, they're like 20 bucks. Get like full 1080 game capture, it's kind of crazy.
Oh wow.
Capture technology has come a long way.
See, if I tried to get something like that here in New Zealand, it'd cost me like $1 bajillion.
Yeah.
Neither runner able to hit Lakitu skip.
Bridgeguard's tough. I mean, he's got a camera.
Yeah.
Gets all the angles, you know.
Also, just want to point out neither runner is playing on Japanese for this, so we're not going to see any version time saves here.
Yeah, an even playing field as we roll into Bomb on Battlefield here. We got the overexposed webcam versus the lights out VC. Nice little contrast colors here. As Gman missing the bomb clip, unfortunately. Epiphany getting straight in there. Right off the bat, the 17 runner falling a little bit behind the 19 runner. I know Epiphany had like a 21 or something literally like a week ago, so perhaps some untapped potential here.
Yeah, potential sandbagging as well. Seen quite a few people sandbagging. Even like the number 2 seed Zilkan, who went into this, I believe, with a 40... Was it a 41? And has just, I think just yesterday, pulled out 34. 1534. So plenty of people who've definitely got a lot more to show than just what the PBs on the screen say.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. A lot of runners, you know, unsurprising or kind of surprisingly will pop into these tournaments and just play way above their potential just because they have not done a lot of runs, and there's a lot of pressure on the line here as both players nabbing cannonless there.
It's definitely a thing that needs to be taken into account as like who's got, you know, who the runner actually is, you know, what their experience is with the game, because you might have someone who's got, say, like a mid to high 17, but then say in 70 star they have maybe somewhere in the low 50, you know, like the 52, 53 range, where, you know, that skill level on its own would be enough for them to pretty much jump straight down to a 16 on any given run.
It looks like both players will be opting to go for Owless here. Oh, actually no, it looks like G-Man's gonna just go for the Womp King.
Oh, and so is Epiphany.
Sag.
Not seeing any route differences between these two.
Oh, that is kind of crazy. I didn't touch on that yet, but these are both VC players. I think we only have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, we have 4 Wii VC players in the entire tournament.
And 2 of them are racing right now. Wow.
Actually, no, 5. Still, the odds are against that possibility.
I guess the tournament bracket really just wants to eliminate the VC runners as soon as possible.
I mean, there's pretty much always going to be one. I mean, Finney already qualifying for the tournament, of course, but...
Yeah. But Finney's cracked.
Yeah, hard to imagine Finney not making it out of the group stage. That would be a bit of a shock. As it's quite a bit easier to actually qualify for the group stage in the emulator division. Not a lot of emulator players showing up to game here. So if you win your first qualifier match, you are in the group stage already. Which is kind of crazy. I think it's 2 rounds for N64.
Actually, I think Is it 2? No, I think it's actually 1 before the group stage.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's you gotta win 2 matches or have a bye and get a win.
Oh, okay.
Because it's top 8 in N64, because we already have 8 qualified.
Right, yeah. On N64, yeah.
Kind of weird champ rules. I don't know who the tournament organizer is. Might need to fire that guy. And is making stuff up, it seems. But both players are headed into CCM here with 6 stars. Nice to see a mirrored route here. Seen some LBLJ versus non-LBLJ action going on today quite a bit. Let's see both players going for the more safe, consistent strategies. Gonna be a battle of who can, you know, just make the least mistakes here. Not really any crazy strats to go for.
Yeah, and doing this route is like pretty much the biggest risk you're gonna find for a pretty much an undefined period of time is going to be Dark World. So coming out of CCM, even if there is like a 10-15 second difference, even a 20-second difference, it might not matter because you can always die in Dark World.
I gotta say, bringing up Dark World at all as a commentator is extremely brave, and my hat is off to you. The chat might be at your throat in the next 10 minutes, even like 2,
oh, it's fine.
but...
It's fine. You should have seen me in the last tournament I did comms for. That happened to me with Volantis, so I did it right back to him tenfold.
You know what's funny is people always bring up commentary curses, and they're like, oh my gosh, no, the commentator. Pretty much every time anybody ever curses someone as a commentator, it's just like good commentary. Like it's just they're just giving good commentary like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And then the chat roasts them, and they're like, oh man, where are the good commentators at? Even though we just roasted this good commentator out of the booth.
I also find that half the time when someone does get hit with a commentator curse, they're not actually listening to the stream, so they don't know they've been cursed until after the fact.
Yeah, it's like a metaphysical thing. It's not any mental.
It's like some connection to the universe.
Oh, Gman having some troubles here.
Oh, Gman.
Yeah, the early stages of Dark World just falling out of his grips here and gonna be taking quite a few bonks. Letting Epiphany take the lead.
Epiphany opting not to do Dark World Red.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I can respect that decision. I can definitely respect that decision. Dark World Reds can be very difficult at any level.
Yeah, so Gman actually not quite falling behind as much as I initially had thought. Gonna be collecting an extra star here. And Epiphany, of course, not only has to collect that star, but also has to enter and exit a stage, which takes quite a long time.
Epiphany missing the first attempt at the throw, but saving it pretty quickly. So yeah, that's gonna be a pretty notable time difference, depending on what star Epiphany decides to get in place of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's really just a multitude of stars you can get downstairs. I mean, basically you're just getting all the freebies, and no LBLJ anyways, so...
If I had to guess, I would presume that Epiphany's going to get the LLL elevator. That would be my first guess.
I think that Epiphany is going to go for Tama Plus. I think he's going to show it off. 100%. No doubt in my mind.
if he does that, hats off. Like, that's the people's champion just for doing that. But we'll see what happens. Thankfully, no deaths in Dark World, so I don't have to retire from the community entirely.
Yeah, really nice of Gman and Epiphany to give you that lifeline there.
Yeah, I know. I'm very grateful to them both.
Okay. Epiphany getting a little bit close to the quicksand there. Totally planned.
Yeah, that long jump, if you mess that up, can sometimes be a death sentence. Gman having a very clean Talon. Very nice. You know, I was really hoping that Epiphany would be doing Tama Place, but I guess.
I mean,
guess
it
not.
could still come out. I mean, do all the other
Potentially.
stars and
If
then
he
do
has-
Time Plus last. That's how confident you are, right? Okay, darn.
If he has the guts to jump in, and no, he doesn't. Okay.
Oh, the backflip for good luck. I'd love to see that. Are we going for
Interesting that-
Volcano or Bully Star here? Okay, we're
I
going for
think-
Volcano.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's gonna be elevator like I suspected. It's just the safest star to back it up or to replace Dark Cold Reds with.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I'm laughing in fear, not at Epiphany. Oh my god. Oh no, Epiphany taking a death. That was honestly like
Epiphany.
pure fear. That entire like segment was just like. I've honestly been just ignoring G-Man's screen just because Epiphany's has had so much action, but we see G-Man just taking a pretty solid lead here.
Yeah, G-Man going and grabbing Toad right now is definitely going to be a big crutch for him. And Epiphany. Oh, gonna have to go and do the volcano, climb all the way up.
Oh, please just make it.
This is the last thing you want to do in a race, especially when you're the underdog going into it.
Yeah, and if you're not super practiced on it and you don't really like have a plan going into it, this can be like some of the scariest movement in the game. And like there's lava everywhere, there's a bully that can get in your way, and if you fall, it's not a good time. Like death's not very unlikely.
Oh, absolutely.
We do see G-Man entering in here for the last star in HMC, gonna be rolling rocks.
G-Man's been playing pretty well thus far, aside from that initial mishap of missing the first bomb clip. Of course, Boulder RNG begs to differ, but you know, HMC Boulder RNG is never nice to anyone, really. Oh, Epiphany, those reds. Oh! G-Man re-entering HMC by accident.
Oh, dang. That's the second time you've seen
Gonna
that
have
today.
to take a death. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty much, that's very useful. Yeah, that's very useful time save for Epiphany. You know, wherever he can get it at this point. Gonna need it with G-Man having such a large lead. G-Man managing to snag Mips at the backup point. Yeah, definitely lots of good content this race. Keep it up, guys.
I mean, we're getting into the real meat and potatoes of the content here. We're getting into Fire Sea, Dire Docks, all sorts of good things that can come up. Although Dire Docks, I feel like, gonna be pretty basic as long as we aren't going for front sub, but you never know. You never know. That fin can be a bit tricky, especially if you're not the most seasoned player.
Yeah, absolutely. And even after all of that, then you've still got not LBLJ, you got BLJs, rather.
Those are free, right?
Completely mixed up. Oh yeah, absolutely free.
I've never seen a PB attempt run die to BLJs in my life.
Well, then you haven't seen Raisin's recent PB with his 101 BLJs. But, yeah, BLJ is absolutely free. However, as we've seen from, is it Sifo or Sifo? I can't remember how you pronounce it. With throws, Bowser throws, and Bowser in the sky. That's where the real time loss kicks in.
Dude, once you miss one throw, it's like, alright, I gotta get the next one. And then once you miss 2 throws, it's like, alright, like what is going on? And then it just like all spirals out of control.
Yeah, and from my understanding, it's worse on N64 because when you miss the first throw, you start eating a lot of lag.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it's not that much worse. N64 players will tell you that like N64 is like having rocks tied to your legs and stuff. It's really not that much different. I mean, there is a bunch of lag and obviously it loses time, but it's not that extreme.
Epiphany having issues with MIPS. Oh, and saving it. Okay, good. That's what we like to see, saving MIPS. I couldn't do that. That's definitely very impressive.
Now, if you want to see
At the same time,
if you want to see a good display of N64 power, boot up Ocarina of Time, go to the Ganondorf fight, and drink a bottle right in front of him, and it'll just like it'll take like a good minute for him to drink the bottle.
oh wow.
He like can't. The game like cannot handle you doing anything like during like anything in that cutscene when like Ganondorf's breaking stuff. It's just like objects are moving. That's too hard.
So what you're telling me is that the N64 is state-of-the-art technology.
Yeah, it's got 64 bits.
Wow, I don't even have that many bits. I don't even know if Sweegie has that many bits. And you know, we all know how cracked Sweegie is.
I don't get what kind of bits we're going for. I thought at first we were talking about like Twitch bits.
I'm just any bits, really.
Okay. Alright, well here's the great equalizer here, as they call it. BLJ's on the side of Gman. Not successful on the first
Fire
attempt.
C for Epiphany. If Epiphany can get through Fire C without any major issues,
Oh my god,
that's going to be...
was that a pole glitch attempt? No way. There's no way. That must have been like a... I think you could like grab the pole with the side flip there, perhaps. Can you get pole glitch with the side flip? I don't even know.
I don't think you can. You don't have enough speed.
Maybe in some universe. G-Man here on the second set of stairs. That is not looking like a wet dry rolled angle, which is what Epiphany will need at this point if it's gonna come down to BLJ's.
Oh,
but
that was close to wet dry rolled angle.
yeah, it wasn't too far off. Whoa, there's the bits.
Definitely.
Menace Monk paying my salary. That's my whole GSA salary right there for the month. Thank you so much, Menace. Really cutting down on the cost for GSA. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Menace is the true people's champion here, doing the, you know, I'm forgetting English. Pretty much just doing you know, public service.
You can't hang on a ceiling from a side flip. That's crazy. That's actually nuts. I had no idea.
That doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. I don't know how else to explain that. Right, so here we have Epiphany leaving Fire C, and G-Man dangerously close to throws. This could potentially be the end of the race unless G-Man ends up molding completely.
We've never seen
And
that. It's
Epiphany.
impossible.
You know, it's
Not on
impossible
Bowser throws.
Not on Bowser throws.
I kind of dig the whole like webcam aesthetic. 'Cause it kind of looks like you're watching like a mid 90s like N64 TV promo on VHS.
Oh, Epiphany almost getting first try BLJs would have been awesome to see. Oh, is that gonna work? Oh, that bounce saved the last throw. As things stand, it looks like G-Man will be taking race 1. Yeah, there with a 19.
Oh, that is a wet dry rolled angle.
Yeah. So yeah, G-Man first race actually beating Epiphany's PB, so really shows the requirements really at this stage to take down the juggernaut of G-Man in this race. However, you know, we've seen people PB in 16-star tournaments before. It's never off the table.
Oh yeah. What we're here for, honestly. Okay, that was some weird Mario interactions right there.
I believe that's like, what's the opposite of a parallel universe?
Perpendicular universe, I believe.
Yeah, that looked like a perpendicular universe. You know, like movement manipulation right there.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what we're gonna go with, 100%.
Still, yeah, wonderful performance from Gman for this first race.
I mean, Epiphany's not
Definitely-
played too bad either. I mean, in terms of playing
No.
like off PB.
Absolutely not. Epiphany's played quite well for you know, his general level of ability. You know, coming into this with a low 19, knowing that, you know, there's a lot of people with 18s and 17s, 16s. You know, like, you know, you're going into this and you have to play as well as you possibly can, and that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. You kind of almost have to go in not expecting much in order to not, like, blow yourself out of sorts. But, you know, Epiphany's held himself pretty well together for this first race.
Yeah, missing a throw there, but at this point, you know, not a huge deal. Obviously just signing up for the tournament. I think he had like a 21 when he first signed up, which is pretty poggers, especially the situation where like these qualifiers are single elimination. There's a lot of like pressure on the line for each race. You know, there's no do-overs, so. Ooh,
It's
that was a nice throw.
it's always going to be nerve-wracking, and there we have Epiphany hitting his last throw.
Yeah, nice
Like,
final throw
you never
there.
know. You never know how a race is going to go until it happens, and that's something that you kind of have to learn the more that you play and the more that you compete. Like, for all we know, this next race, Epiphany could get an 18 and G-Man could pull out a 20. Like, anything can happen.
See if the racers want to take a little break here, as we do have plenty of time. All these 3 matches, potentially, depending on whether or not
Absolutely.
50 can take the next one. But I have to basically PB here if he wants to have a shot at it. I mean, G-Man didn't play super close to his PB here. Got a 1912. PB's 1725.
Yeah, just shy of 2 minutes off.
But as you said, even that is better than Epiphany's PBs, so definitely has to come to the table with a little bit more if he wants to bring this to a 3rd game.
We bring a little bit more sauce. Need a high Scoville rating for that one if you want to really bring it to G-Man.
I literally like just learned that they rate sauces based on a scale, and I don't know, I don't really know how I feel about it. It seems fake to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't know that hot sauces are rated on a scale?
Yeah, I mean, how do you even measure that?
I guess by the I think you do it based on the ingredients of it and
So it's all
how
fake.
much of it there is.
That's what you're telling me. That's what I'm hearing, is it's all fake.
If you think it's so fake, then why don't you try 2 hot sauces, one on the lower end, one on the higher end, and we'll see how
Well,
fake it really is.
I suppose, but like, I don't know. It's like, you might as well call it like really hot or
They likely have
really
a
mild.
mathematical metric that makes sense, but I don't know what it is. I just know that hot sauce is fine until you have too much of it.
I always say I'm into spicy foods, and then I like eat spicy foods, and I feel like I'm gonna die, and then I don't like it so much.
That used to be me, and then all of a sudden recently I just started being able to handle just about anything. It was very weird.
Alright. We are counting down for the next one here, just waiting for the resets to come through.
Absolutely. That'll be the start of the second, possibly final, possibly not, race. We'll have to see how things go.
Either way, it should be the start of something beautiful here. I really hope that we could see some sort of upset, even on a small scale here. We haven't had too much in the realm of upsets so far. I mean, Bomb's taking a match off Sif, pretty cool, considering the fact
Yeah,
that...
by what was it, 5 frames?
Yeah.
That's insane.
hopefully we don't need any more retimes, as I think the stats guy might have gone to sleep.
Yours truly.
But,
Yeah, that would be an issue.
Nervous TO laughter.
Hmm.
Should be fine.
Oh
Probably.
yeah, I'd hope so. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna watch Epiphany and Gman both pull out 13-minute times and break the laws of physics. The match of the century. Well, the day. The hour. There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna have an even hotter one up next, for sure.
Yeah.
The next
I
one's
think-
always hotter.
Yeah. I think this is the beauty of just speedrun races in general, but really especially with 16 star I find is just the unpredictability of it all. There's so many things in 16 star in particular, especially like just out of all of the main three SM64 categories of there's not a lot you have to do, but any little mistake can quite literally end your possible victory.
Oh yeah, you can die in a ton of different places and lose like upwards of a minute. BLJ is obviously super terrible.
Yeah.
If you get stuck on those. I hate to bring up OOT again, but it's a lot similar to Defeat Gan in that game. A lot of people for a long time were like, oh, it's a terrible race category, there's too many points of failure where you just lose the run, but like, it's great. I mean, it's the same thing with 16 star. One person can be in the lead, they get really cocky, they're feeling good, and then all of a sudden they make one mistake and they lose 3 minutes, and it's like, oh, well, dang.
Yeah, I mean,
Turns out I shouldn't have
again,
gotten so cocky.
just looking back to the previous race of Sif on bombs, you know, you had Sif going into throws. What was it, like a minute to 2 minutes ahead of bombs, and
Oh yeah.
had a complete throws meltdown and ended up losing by 5 frames. Like any, you know, like, and that's a big thing, I guess, in general with mentality for this, for I assume most speedrunning games, but with this especially, I've noticed is just mistakes come in chain reactions. Once you make one big mistake, you might you know, that can shatter your mentality if you're not really onto it, and that can completely ruin your consistency and your ability to really just keep pushing through. And suddenly you can go from being a minute ahead to 20 seconds behind.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a lot of speedrunning can be mental, and it's like turbo magnified in a no reset race, because you know you can't reset and just like, you know, go from the top and try to make it better the next time. You literally just have to keep going and going. And Epiphany going for Owlist here. Not gonna make it work, unfortunately. See if he keeps going for it. Looks like we're gonna keep going for it. It's not that big of a time save, especially on BC.
That was a very late one pick.
Yeah, and we're just gonna back it up to Womp King here. But
Yeah,
now not looking as hot as we were previously. Perhaps wanted to show off a little bit to save some frames, but kind of backfiring there. Do they both have the same stars here?
They do, but Gman is... I think they do. Gman is in the lead regardless, though, I believe. Yeah, not seeing any LBLJs this match, and I can completely understand why. LBLJ is a curse that many people don't want to suffer from. It's obvious, of course, it does bring that I believe it's 35 seconds of time saved, but if you keep messing it up, suddenly it's going to cost. And especially having to start with Dark World, that can be some of the most stressful parts of this game, is just starting with Dark World, because that's the first thing you got to do, and it's one of the hardest parts of the entire run.
Yeah, I mean, forget about Dark World. What about just getting into Dark World? I mean,
Exactly.
People come up to, you know, the race seat and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm consistent in LBLJ, and then they're grabbing the door 4 times in a row in a race, and then they start rethinking their routing decisions because that can kind of put a tarnish on your mental game we were talking about before, where you're now a minute behind at the very beginning of the game. Not a good feeling. That's
actually happened to me before in a race against one of the N64 division competitors, Boy, where I went for LBLJ route and kept getting sent into CCM. It's not you know, it's not like LBLJ is incredibly hard, but of course in a race setting,
did you commit to the CCM though?
I believe I did.
Yeah, there you go. If you LBLJ,
well, I had no choice because I was sent to CCM with no stars.
Yeah, you just commit. Yeah, I mean you could exit the level, but that'd be kind of weird, champ.
But like, it's a thing that like you know you have to deal with what's given to you when you do LBLJ, because you know screwing it up isn't the easiest thing to do, but it's not particularly difficult either. You know, you can have a bad angle. You can have a bad angle on the actual BLJ and be sent back out into lobby. Or you can have not enough speed and open the door. Or have a bad angle and open the door.
My favorite is when you end up way down near BBH and you're just kind of hanging out in the
hallway.
hallway.
Yeah.
And then you have like the whole hallway of shame to run down. It's a good time.
Or even worse is when you actually clip through the BBH door and can't get back out.
What, you can't get back out?
I don't believe so. I've tried.
Are you sure?
I've tried to get through. I'm not sure if you. I might not have tried everything, but I don't recall being able to get out of the BBH doorway once I actually got stuck there.
I remember when I first learned LBLJ and I got stuck behind the door for like the first time, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm soft locked." And I thought I was soft locked, and then someone's like, "Just bro, just go around, like jump through the wall," and I'm like, "Oh, all right."
I was under the impression I tried that and it didn't work. I wall kicked instead, or got the glitch.
No, it's very, very possibly different over there. I'm not sure if I've gotten stuck over there personally behind the door.
It does that for the castle entrance door, but I don't believe it does it for the BBH door. So if you get stuck in BBH, I'm pretty sure that's it. Like there's nothing you can do. But I could be wrong about that.
We got Epiphany here into the Bowser fight first, but of course Gman has that extra star from the Dark World Reds, so not a real lead here.
Granted, I think it depends, because I believe you lose... Is it 6? I think it's like 6 seconds or something doing LLL elevator over Dark World Reds. Might be a little bit more than 6, but it's not. I know it's not like a massive difference. So you'll definitely. I think the lead could still very much be in Epiphany's favor, depending on how they perform.
And we will have to see here as we are heading down to the basement, which can have a couple of trickier stars in it, but in non-LBLJ it's not quite as scary. You're not going for pillarless, you're not going for, you know, any crazy stuff like side hop generally.
Yeah. No LBLJ is typically quite safe past
but Epiphany
World.
getting a fly guy to shoot a fireball at him, a little bit unlucky there, not running up the proper side of the pillar. Gonna have to pay the ultimate prices. That is a terrifying angle. A Tony Hawk gonna save the day, but Epiphany playing risky here. Not having a good time in SSL so far.
Oh man. Well, now we got that lead for Gman now for sure.
Yeah, Epiphany is
Yeah,
slipping and
SSL.
sliding everywhere right now.
SSL is very much a scuffed level if you don't get it right immediately.
Ugh. Yeah, once you start sliding backwards, especially on that first slope, it can get kind of scary. I mean, there's not a lot of room between the quicksand and the normal sand there. So if you have too much speed, you can just slide all the way back down and die, which is pretty demoralizing.
Absolutely. Yeah, SSL, and then especially in the LBLJ route, you know, like, obviously in no LBLJ, if you mess up Talon, you can still mess up the Talon and shining atop the pyramid, but no LBLJ, you pretty much have to do Pillarless. So that's automatically a massive risk in itself if you're not, like, really consistent.
Nah, you can just do Lava Boost and lose time.
You could.
And also have to do a hard star. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's... Some people can do Lava Boost, they can't do Pillarless. I have seen it before. It is an option. There are many
I
options.
guess if you... I can definitely see some people being able to do, like, triple jump or main boost and struggling with Pillarless. Those, you know, main and triple jump boost aren't that difficult.
I'm just waiting for the day we get a Brave Soul to enter one of these tournaments. And we get, like, the absolute homegrown route. We get, like, Bomb King Star, and somebody's doing Koopa the Quick race. I want to see some, like,
Someone pulls
absolute,
out Island
like...
Hop.
I mean, that'd be cool too, but I just want to see some ridiculously slow stars. Like, I want to see some Princess Secret slides. Out of necessity, not even out of,
Once
like,
100, once
flexing.
100 coin.
I mean, I don't
CCM
know.
red.
I don't know if that's a comfy star for beginners, but...
I could see a CCM Reds come out. Perhaps a, Perhaps, Bullies in LOL.
Nah, I don't know about that one either.
Christmas Miracle, perhaps. Switch wanting Saren over here to not tempt them. So I think you might have put some ideas in the right people's heads. we might have a couple people doing this now. Potentially a fixed match that uses a homegrown route.
Whoa, fixed match. Yikes. No script.
No script is no script, you know, like you don't want a script necessarily, but you know, if you want to set up a match with the route made by legends, then you know, go for it. I think as long as you're not as long as you're not making it.
Epiphany must be listening to the stream. There's no other reason why we would be grabbing that star. Epiphany, what are you doing right now? Stop it. Dude, what are you doing? Yeah, you better know how to do this, Epiphany. I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, thank you.
Epiphany has reached new levels of base.
Saw that star on top of the Dory Island. No!
Oh!
Yes! No!
No! I was hoping we'd get like the Momo clip with the wall kicks.
Oh. What a disaster.
Yeah, it's a disaster, but it's awesome content.
Is it though?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh boy. Oh.
Actually, that's something we should hope. That's something I'd like to see at some point. Maybe I'll do it in my race. Is the BLJ and Fire C.
You know, I was thinking about trying to revive the Swagmutational soon, but apparently we don't even need that. People are just going to be swagging out in the 16-star open. I mean, that's fine. I'm all for it. If you don't want a chance to qualify into the playoffs, all good.
If you're just here for fun, you know.
Fun.
Do what you want.
I think everyone should be here to win the money, for sure. That's the only reason. The only reason to play video games, for cash money.
I can't really speak for myself in saying that I'm not, and saying, you know, don't be here to not be here for the money. I mean, you know, who doesn't love a good bit of money, but...
I think Epiphany's lost right now. I've just been ignoring G-Man's screen. I have no idea if G-Man got early cycle, but I think Epiphany stream just got lost in the toxic
Epiphany.
I have so much love for Epiphany right now. I can't. Wait, we have 14 stars and we were exiting the level.
Doesn't have 14 stars. Oh, they're totally gonna do. He's totally gonna do bullies, isn't he?
Let's go, dude. He can just do bully. He doesn't have to do bullies. The bully is available.
I think he's gonna do bullies.
No, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, this is amazing. This is everything I wanted to see and more.
Usually commentary on demand doesn't work that well. You usually can't just request things on the stream and get them straight into your eyeballs, but apparently Epiphany is here to please, as we have dispatched all the bullies. And G-Man is already up here in the tip top of the castle, gonna be ending his run shortly. Epiphany doing a little bit of throwing here, I'd have to say, but having some fun while doing it, so that's all good.
That is a wet drill angle.
Yeah, G-Man going with the Mario Cam C down here on the final staircase. I would definitely not suggest that camera personally, but it is an option. There's a camera mode.
Oh man, that endless staircase is being brutal. Right, looking like G-Man's gonna be going into Bowser in the Sky on pace for a low 18, which is very respectable considering his PB.
For some reason, I thought we were going for some crazy task long jump angle there on G-Man's side. I don't know, something about that camera angle just like made me feel like that was gonna happen.
Made you feel a little something. You know, at this point, I'm surprised Epiphany didn't just go and do SPLJ. However, I do suspect a front sub.
I haven't seen side sub in like 8 years, I swear.
See, now that you've said that...
No, I don't believe that Epiphany has ever practiced side sub. I refuse to believe that. That would be ridiculous.
Does anyone practice side sub?
There's gotta be somebody out there. There's a couple people.
Yeah, here we go. Front sub. Left, oh, right side front sub. Hog.
Yeah, setup, potentially not saving much time, but, okay, looks like we're gonna go.
Oh, we're going under the sub. We're going for jet stream, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going back for front sub.
This is a setup, you just don't understand.
This is the Epiphany setup.
This is beyond your comprehension.
One could say that he had an epiphany going into this.
Oh, got him. Oh, by the way, G-Man just finished his run while we were all just obsessing over Epiphany's interesting routing decisions.
Enjoying the content. 1825.
Yeah, I mean 1825. You know, pretty good.
Exactly a minute off of PB. It's kind of what you're wanting to get.
Kind of spectacular.
So, yeah, big GG's to G-Man. I feel bad. G-Man played pretty well overall, but Epiphany's kind of stolen the show with this amazing showmanship.
I mean, Epiphany definitely brought the game audio today. That's what I could say for sure. It definitely helps demand the attention.
Are we gonna see a purposeful wet drywall?
No, don't give him any ideas. At some point we will have to cut the stream as there is another race happening, but we do have some time, so
yeah, we have time, so I mean, why not?
Yeah, I might as well torture the future YouTube audience. Always
it's
an
not
option.
torture, it's not torture, it's entertainment. I'm so glad I got to be in comms for this.
I mean, it can't be any worse than we had a race in the SMO tournament a few months ago. Actually, it was in a different SMO tournament than what's going on right now, where someone forfeit and the other player decided to go for a really hard strat at the very end of the run for like 40 minutes until he got it. And we didn't have any other matches scheduled, so I just let it play out, and one of the commentators ordered a pizza, and we had bets going on whether the pizza would get there first or would get the trick, and yeah, long story short, the pizza got there first. Co-commentator had to leave the booth.
That's amazing.
It was an interesting
I've
stream.
never heard of something so beautiful.
I mean, it's dedication. I mean, I can't imagine sitting there for 40 minutes going for the same trick over and over. It's like going for like some crazy like strat at the end of sky for 40 minutes and you continue to fall down to the bottom of the sky, but you just keep right anyways.
Definitely not something I do on the regular. Oh, no way.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude. Oh.
I told you not to give him any ideas.
I didn't say this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my word, Epiphany. Epiphany, you have achieved based levels not seen in thousands of years. The last time we seen someone this based in history was probably some dude from, like, old Russian eras. Back when, like, they had emperors and empresses.
What? Wait, what? What did I miss?
Like Catherine the Great. Or Ivan the Terrible, like those kinds of eras. Is Epiphany trying to get I thought Epiphany was trying to do a soft lock for a second. Because there is a soft lock you can do. Oh no. Okay, never mind. I thought, for a second, I thought Epiphany was going to Wet Dry World.
Alright, welcome into the booth, Gman. We're just gonna get the interview going now, since Epiphany's just kind of BMing at this point.
Oh, that was a very clean...
Gman, how do you feel about your victory? I'm not sure if you watched the race at all. But...
I just want to say Epiphany is the real winner here. He's a legend.
The people's champion.
Yeah, he's definitely got the controller firmly grasped in two hands. That's for sure.
He's going for Wet Dry World.
That's not a good angle. That's not gonna work. That might work. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a believer in that Wet Dry World. Nope, not quite.
No.
Unfortunate.
So how do you feel about your two race times, G-Man?
I'm honestly like really impressed. I was not expecting to do this well, especially in the last race. Or yeah, in this race, I mean.
Yeah.
Because this is like my first time running like SM64 in like a tourney setting. So
oh really?
I'm surprised that I did this well. Yeah.
Yeah, that considering the nerves that you'd be feeling with that, yeah, playing a minute off of your PB is certainly a good achievement to have to start out.
Yeah, I was mainly just nervous at the beginning, which is kind of why I messed up bomb clip both times. But
yeah,
I
understand the feeling.
Oh, moving right side.
No way, Epiphany.
Let's go.
Standing right side. Standing left side.
Right?
Middle side?
What a downgrade.
All gang now.
We went from moving right side to doing the pole movement really, really fast. That was funny.
I almost want Epiphany to go and take the big pole.
Oh my god.
The timing on that. The timing on that.
That's worth a clip.
Oh, this is amazing.
Personally, Jiva, I'm not too surprised. I mean, you've been in plenty of tournament settings before in different Mario games, and I think you've been popping off pretty well in Mario 64, so impressed but not surprised for me. I think you played up to expectations. Now's the Now's the real time to shine in the group stages. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
is
Emulator.
there, I think there's. Oh wait, yeah, I'm already in the group stages, right?
Yeah, Emu's.
Yeah.
It's
You
just
win
the
one
one
match and you are in.
Okay.
Yeah. So from what I understand, the group stage is being seeded based on PBs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be interesting matchups to see you getting to have going into this group stage. You never know who's going to be your opponent at this stage, because people could PB, people can, people could have upset defeats and wins. So it's definitely going to be fun to see where things go from here.
Yeah,
Definitely I hope you're
really
excited.
I'm just really excited to see my opponents.
Mm.
I definitely don't want to be too overconfident though, coming from this race.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, you don't know who your opponents are going to be. You could get thrown up against, the 2 seed or the 1 seed or the 3 seed, me. Anything can happen. You could get thrown up against people on average similar seeds to you, lower seeds than you. But in the end, I believe to make it through to the last, to the final bracket, you need to be top 2 in your group stage, right? Saren?
I was gonna wait for Saren.
Sorry, I was typing something in the coordination chat.
Just wanting to confirm. When you're in the group stage, it's top 2 in that group go through to the final bracket, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you'll only have to make the top 2. So it's gonna be a very much a big part of it's gonna be luck of the draw. See who your opponents are. See where you're at by that point. Maybe sandbag a little bit. Get like a 16 and don't tell anyone.
True.
But yeah, so it'll be good to see where things go for you here. Congratulations again on your win.
Thank you.
Got Epiphany, who's just finishing up Bowser in the Sky Reds. The fastest 120 run you've ever seen. Actually, no, that's not true. Packer had one faster than that. But,
Also, 102 stars less than I've ever seen in a 120 star run.
he's
Pretty
just
wild.
that skilled. The
Might be
game
new
glitched
strat.
out. Yeah, it's the new 120 star skip. He's lost the bomb. Oh, there it is. And there we go.
Yay!
It's over.
Let's go.
Don't-
did it.
Please don't run off the edge, Epiphany.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
I wouldn't
surprised either.
I think he's probably just done at this point. He's dragged this out like 10 minutes longer than he needed to.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
GG's.
Pog. Massive. I truly feel like we learned a lot about each other today and came closer as a community than ever before.
Absolutely. Okay, we've got Epiphany in the waiting room.
Now that is epic.
Oh man. That was very entertaining.
Epiphany, congratulations on your 18-star run. That was very unique.
I believe that's a world record, isn't it?
Probably not.
Gotta be.
18-star world record? No, that has to be a world record.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like during the first run, when I started falling behind, and like when I was going downstairs, and I can't remember who it was. I think it was Zeus. Went. I would like to see elevator.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, bet.
Because I was just thinking like the most practical. I was just thinking of the
Yeah.
most practical.
I am upset I didn't get
technique,
Christmas
so-
Miracle. I am upset about that. I wanted to get that.
Yeah, that was a pretty tragic death.
That
Yeah.
was.
Very
But
tragic.
I backed it up with Sky Red coins, so you know we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
You still
logical
completed
and
your 18
sane
star run.
backup.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I don't know what I was doing thinking about going for Jetstream though. I've never tried that
Yeah.
star.
I think that one of the funniest parts was definitely you. Did you actually get lost in the HMC maze?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that. I wasn't even gonna bring that
I
up.
entered it and I'm like, wait, I don't know where the heck I am.
Like that was probably one of the funniest parts, one of the funniest things in any race I've ever seen was getting lost in the HMC maze.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I mean, it's not that far off. I mean, I was just gonna suggest this to Epiphany, like do a like 120 run, just like do a YOLO 120 run and see what time you get. If you've never
Honestly,
done
like,
stars in
yeah.
this game before, like it's super fun to just go in, have no
Yeah, no,
plan, and just be like, I'm gonna get all the stars, and you like
Yeah,
a
I know
4 hour time.
16 of these. I know, yeah, 16 of these stars.
Well, no, I've done some 70 runs, thankfully, so
Oh, yeah.
doing that wouldn't be too daunting. It's just the route.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Go to
just
the road.
YOLO it, just YOLO
At
it.
one
Yeah,
point,
next time we have extended filler like that, we'll get Epiphany on to do a blind 120 run.
Oh my goodness.
honestly, I'll do it.
I don't know if we have a 4 hour block of time to have a filler.
Try
but
like 8, man. Try 8.
I think 4 is a
DDD
pretty
100
fair.
would kill it.
Okay,
DDD 100 would take 30 minutes on its
If
own.
you go for polls, it's not that bad. If you go for polless, then you're crazy. But if you do it the polls, it's really not that bad of a star.
There's polls? No, I'm kidding.
Some people straight up don't even know there's polls in that level. Like
I
they're-
didn't
I
until
can take some
until I
polls.
started playing bingo.
Oh, yeah. No, at one point, I'm just like, I thought about it, and I'm like, I almost did Vanish Cap.
Oh my!
I almost did Vanish Cap. I was tempted. But I'm like, nah. And then after Fire C, when when Gman was pretty much done, I'm like, all right, wing cap it is.
Oh man, that's.
I just wanted to have fun at that point. Like,
Yeah,
I-
I mean, it was definitely
Oh, for fun.
entertaining.
oh yeah. Well, not to mention my route immediately switched because originally I went for elevator clip in HMC instead of the elevator in LLL. Knowing that is faster now, I'm definitely going to use Lethal Lava Land elevator.
Yeah, I believe it's 2 to 3 seconds faster depending on how quick you are with it.
Yeah, so knowing that, I'm going to have to start practicing that. But yeah, no, I told myself after I'm done this, I'm just going to grind 70, try to get a sub 55.
Fair
Pog.
enough.
That's gamer.
So, and then once I do that, I'm going to mean 120. So,
Yeah, that's kind of my way of doing this as well. Is once this is done, I'm going for emulator record in 70.
ooh, okay.
But yeah. No, I think you definitely put on a massive, like a really fun show.
Yeah,
Like, you're not gonna get,
I
you're
want
not gonna
to
get
apologize.
many performances like
You
that
gotta-
again.
I
You
want
get
to
entertainment
apologize
points.
to you, G-Man. You played phenomenal, and I just took the show from you. You played so good, dude.
I don't care, man. You're the real winner in terms of entertainment and audio as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won the battle, but did you win the war?
Oh man. Nah, I just eventually just tried having fun. Like a little bit in the
Mm.
beginning, like in the Wump's Fortress on the first run, like there was genuine nerves. Like I was actually trying. Like I was on PB pace at that point too, going into Dark World.
Yeah.
And so like I got a little nervous and everything. And then after Dark World, when I choked a little bit, I'm like, all right, whatever, time to have fun. And then I just hear, man, I think he's gonna go for elevator. I'm like, guess I am.
when you went for yeah, when you immediately started going for the stuff that I said, I was like, oh no, but oh yes.
Yeah, no, I was watching on that second run. Like I was just listening to hear what either you or Siren was gonna say about it.
Yeah, I just stopped talking at one point about anything that you should or shouldn't do because I just didn't want to. Like, it crossed my mind to be like, hoo, get TTC 100, but then I knew you were going to jump into the clock and start collecting coins, and
That would have taken like 15 minutes. I hope you know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very tempted to start saying stuff like that. Like
No.
what was it? There was one that I was about to say. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was gonna say SSL Secrets.
I would have done that. I know how to do that one.
Oh really?
I would have done it.
Oh. Oh
I know
man.
where all of them are, and I would have combined 100 coin with it too.
Oh my.
Oh gosh.
120 practice in a 16 race.
All I have to say is I'm glad that didn't happen. I am glad, on the other hand, that these races are sponsored by Urban Arts. If you don't know what they are, definitely check them out at !UA. Do a lot of work in the US to send underprivileged students to college for the arts and game design. I would really appreciate you checking them out. We run fundraisers for them pretty frequently. But we will go to a short break here as we do have to get ready for the next race. Hopefully we'll be able to push it ahead a little bit. It's going to be Pedalite versus Sloth Yo. Interesting name. I've been interested to see the character Sloth Yo since I saw this name, and they have a pretty excellent avatar as well. So I'm interested. I hope you're interested too. Do stay tuned. We have one more match today. We will be back in at least 20 minutes, if not sooner. So stay tuned.